Okay, firstly, hello everyone, and thank you so much for joining the first ever webinar Bybit has launched today. So in this webinar, okay, we'll be talking about the futures, okay, and we'll be starting in 5 minutes time. Okay, and so if your friend has not joined the stream yet, please invite them into this stream, and we'll be having a very interactive discussion on the futures, okay, and how do we actually, the trading tutorial in our futures contract Bybit page. Okay, so invite them over now. Okay, use the link. Okay, and for our giveaway, okay, some hint for this now. Make sure firstly, okay, have a good internet connection. Okay, make sure that you do not lag at the crucial timing. And secondly, log into your account first. Okay, once you log in between the session, right, there will be 2 giveaway for all of you. Okay, so during the giveaway, okay, we will say some magical code, okay, that you all will be required to key in the reward hub page. So later my colleague, okay, will be sending you all the reward hub link. But if you all know where to find it, please feel free to go over there and turn it on first and stand by for that. In between the session, we will share that magical code. So be prepared for it. And also, if you have any question, okay, feel free and throw everything onto the chat box. I will do my best to answer them. So let me see if there's any question now. Okay, now it's still cool. Any question, please ask me, guys. Okay, we'll be starting in another 3 minutes time. So on this futures, okay, basically we'll be talking about how do we actually use it. Okay, and some of the common kind of trading methods that futures contract can actually provide you. Okay, and some of the trading methods that is not beneficial to some particular traders. Okay, maybe you're using some kind of unique trading strategy that's not very beneficial, okay, to use in your futures contract. So we'll be sharing that, okay, and discussing with everyone. So if you have any question, okay, or any concern, okay, about the futures or anything, okay, I will try my best to answer to every one of y'all. So we have still have around 2 minutes time now. What is the inverse futures to BTC? Okay, we will address that later. So okay, creative semantic. We'll address it later. Do you translate the website in French in futures? Unfortunately, right now we do not have that translation yet. Sorry. Yeah, but we have, of course, the major language. So your English, your Chinese, your Japanese, your Korea, your Russian, all is there. Okay, hope I answered your question, Constantine. Okay, when sub account? Okay, very good question, very good question. Okay, you are highly aware of this thing, okay, and you are taking note of our social media. Yeah, sub account may be launched in the near future, very soon. So we will keep you all posted, okay, if there is anything that we launch or it has been ready for all of you. So currently our team is still, doing the final check for it. So when your futures inverse available on app? It will be available soon. It will be available very soon. So currently we are still, launching the futures contract, testing out, make sure that everything is working fine. Then we're doing the final touch up for our futures contract on the app itself. Okay, could you please translate the site in German? Okay, Petrol, we will think of this. Okay, definitely. Okay, definitely we will do our best. Okay, to meet your demand as well. Okay, what happened? For other coin USDT. Gong back Kim. Yes, we will do our best to do that as well. Okay. So if you have any interesting coin that you would like us to actually list on our Bybit page, please approach our customer support and let us know about it. Okay, then we will do our best to capture all this feedback. Okay, then as much as possible, once there is reach a certain level of demand, okay, we'll of course launch it on Bybit. So we will start the stream in another 1 to 2 minutes time. So please invite your friend over, okay, and join us in this session. So it's gonna be a very interactive session. I would not like to just keep on talking. So I would like to hear some questions, some very interesting question, okay, and I'll do my best to answer. May I know your name, please, and from which country? Okay, my name is Wee Yo. So as mentioned, I am currently in the role of a senior trade operation analyst in Bybit. Okay, so we have not started yet, but very soon we'll be starting. Okay, and also be reminded, okay, once again, okay, the giveaway 10,000 giveaway. Okay, so of course it's not one person 10,000, right? Okay, it will be breakdown. Okay, and a lot of y'all will be able to enjoy this giveaway. Okay, so stay tuned for it. Okay, let me see. Is there any other question? Let's see how do. Okay. So very quick one about bonus and coupon. Okay, some of y'all may be asking. So bonus, right, is basically trading bonus. So what it does is it allows traders, once you have it on your account, you can use it to perform trade. Okay, which means you do not need to, deposit any coin into your account. You can immediately use the bonus to trade. And once you trade it and you make a profit, okay, that profit, okay, you can actually withdraw that profit. But however, take note that once you initiate the withdrawal application, okay, your remaining bonus will all be forfeited. So please take note of that. Okay, now it's exactly 8 now, okay, over my side. So I'm going to start the actual session right now. Okay, this stream will last for approximately 1 hour. But of course, if you all keep throwing me questions and the stream is going to be very exciting, right, you can last even longer, okay? So I'm going to start right now. So firstly, this is the agenda. Okay, you all can see my screen. Okay, and these are some of the topics that I'll be going through today. Okay, firstly, okay, what is about futures contract? So some of y'all may be, new to this, okay, or some of y'all may be an expert already. But we'll be going through a very quick introduction about futures. What is it for? What is it mainly used for? Okay, and secondly, we'll be going through the differences between futures and perpetual contract. So as y'all are aware, Bybit, we have our perpetual contract. So some of y'all may be wondering, what's the difference between futures and perpetual? So we'll be highlighting some of the similarity and also the differences in between, okay? And also third, the features in the futures contract. So we have some features in our futures contract that is available for the trader to use it. And we'll be going through all the features to share with y'all how to use it, what is it for, some of the advantages, this kind of stuff. And lastly, between futures contract and perpetual contract, there are some shared features between the both of them. Okay, so when you are trading futures or even perpetual contract, you might need to take note of this. Okay, more importantly, if you're trading both of them. Okay, so we'll be going through all these questions. Okay, let me look at some questions. Okay, I'm gonna start. Okay, so firstly, what is futures contract? So as you can see on my slide, okay, it allows traders to buy or sell an underlying asset. Okay, so in this case, we are talking about cryptocurrency. Okay, so at a predetermined price, okay, and time. So what does it actually means? Okay, so let me use this example right below here. You can see. Okay, so John entered an agreement, okay, to buy a BTC from Mary. Okay, so the two of them make agreement between them, okay, and this agreement is going to happen in 2 months' time at a price of 50,000. So at the very end of the second month, okay, the BTC price is at 70,000. So at this moment, okay, there is an agreement made between John and Mary. Okay, so it means to say that this transaction, they have to make it happen. So which means that once they made it happen, okay, John received that BTC and only paid for 50,000. So what John immediately do next is he sell the BTC at 70,000, okay, and he made a profit of 20,000. So this simple illustration, okay, actually you can see two key things that I want to highlight over here. So the predetermined price, which is the 50,000, okay, and you can see that at the end of the second month, even though BTC has increased to 70,000, but it's still kept the agreement is still at 50,000. So this transaction has to be made. And the time. So over here, the time is referring to the 2 months time. So at the end of the second month, this agreement, okay, will have to be made. Okay, so what is it mainly used for? Back to our technical terms, okay, it is used mainly, okay, to speculate on the price direction. Okay, so in this case, perpetual, you also speculate on the price direction. Okay, however, there is a predetermined price and time. Remember, that is for futures. Okay, and for more advanced trader, okay, who actually know how to use futures contract, they are able to use this additional tool to strategize into their trading tool, okay, to hedge the risk involved for their underlying asset. Okay, so let me go to our web page over here. Okay, you all can see this interface right now is our futures contract. Okay, so at the first glance, okay, if you are familiar with a perpetual contract, okay, you will look at it that, there's not much difference. Okay, but you can see there are some key, small things on our page that is slightly different for perpetual. Okay, so firstly, you'll be over here. This is the symbol which we will be going through later. Okay, and also this until settlement thing. So we'll be going through as well. Okay, the interface, okay, is not much different from our current perpetual. Okay, but take note of all this small, and there is no longer any more funding rate, if you notice. So we'll be going through that as well. Okay, so let me go back to the webinar, the slide. Okay, so on this chart, okay, you will be able to see, okay, a comparison table that we have did for the futures and perpetual. Okay, so the very first field we can see here, margin mode. Okay, so this is a new feature, okay, that we will be going through, but you can see a very quick introduction for them. For our inverse perpetual, okay, for the one-way mode, okay, which is only available in our inverse perpetual. Likewise, for hedge mode, okay, it is under USDT perpetual. But however, in our inverse futures, okay, we have them both in it. So later we'll be going through and we'll teach you how to actually change to this setting and what else to take note. Okay, and of course, the rest of this, the margin type, okay, your isolated or your cross margin mode, okay, is over here. So everything is the same. So your cross margin, okay, your isolated can go up to 100 times. Okay, but take note, okay, 100 times, okay, is high risk. So please always, when you're using high leverage, please always trade with precaution. Okay, and you can see, okay, I can use limit order, market order, and also conditional market or conditional limit. So in terms of the usage of the order type, it's the same. Okay, you are still able to get your maker rebate, okay, which is your 0.025 if you use it correctly. Okay, to be more precisely, 0.025%. All right, as for your market orders, it's the same. Okay, taker fee 0.075%. Okay, and of course, the biggest difference between the futures, okay, and the inverse perpetual will be the funding fee. So inverse perpetual, there is a funding fee, but inverse futures, there is no funding fee. Okay, let me see, is there anything? Okay. Okay, so over here, this is the listing date. So you need to understand that for futures contract, okay, for our future contract, we are quarterly futures contract. So every quarter, we will be launching a new futures contract. Okay, you can see this is a quick understanding of how is it listed. So over here, we call it as listing. So September 11, okay, which is a rule of thumb, is the third last Friday of the quarterly month. Okay, so once it's listed, okay, you see this is the trading pair. So BTC USD 0325. So what does 0325 actually means? So you can simply go over to the trading page and hover across this I. So you can see in this context, okay, it's BTC USD 0625. Okay, you can see that over here it means that it's the expiry date of this particular quarterly contract. Okay, it will expire on 21st of the year, okay, and June of 25th. So it's 25th June. This contract will expire. And also take note, the expiry time will always be fixed at 0800 UTC. So it's going to be fixed for all futures pair. So what you need to take note, okay, is the different date, the 4 magical code. And okay, very first hint for all of you, very first hint, okay, this magical code, okay, please take note of this. Okay, let me be a bit more specific. Okay, over here, take note of this code over here. Okay, it's gonna be very crucial. Okay, for our later portion of the session. Okay, please take note. Okay, I'm gonna proceed. I'm gonna continue. Okay, let me see if there's any question. Okay, now I think it's still fine. Okay, all right. One more thing I need to address is that per contract, okay, the active trading duration, okay, will last for approximately 6 months, 2 weeks. Okay, so rule of thumb for those advanced trader, when you want to get into a position of the new quarterly contract, okay, take note is around the duration is around 6 months, 2 weeks. Okay, so okay, before I start this slide, okay, allow me to share, okay, the very first giveaway. Okay, so now everyone please go to your reward hub page, okay, and prepare. I'm going to say the code out now. So okay, I'm sorry to say, okay, but it is only available to the first 250 user who managed to key in the code on time. Okay, and this giveaway will be $20 worth of trading bonus. Okay, so the magical code is going to be Futures Live. Okay, so right now, go to your Reward Hub page. Under your voucher code, key in this code, Futures Live. Okay, key in this code and you will receive your $20. Okay, so my colleague has already sent out the futures, the magical code. Okay, please key in right now. Only available to the first 250 user. So I'm going to take a 2-minute break over here. Okay, let you go in and key in. And I'm going to say sorry for those people who is not able to get this code. Please don't walk away. Okay, we will have more giveaway at the later portion, at second half portion of the session. Okay, and it's going to be even bigger. Okay, this bonus is going to be even bigger. Okay, guys. So very quick. Okay, 2 minutes. Okay, will be to allow you all to go and input the link. So you should be able to see that the $20, okay, should be registered in the account. Nice. Okay, I saw some of you actually receive it. Go. I think the link is still available. It's still not used up yet. There's still slot for it. Okay, nice. I saw a lot of y'all getting it. Okay, but of course, once you get this right, it doesn't mean that you're not eligible for the second one. Okay, the second one will still be available for all of y'all. But unless you want to be generous, okay, don't join the second one. But I believe no one will do that. Okay, just stay on. Okay, let's go through this session. Okay, and later on, okay, remember the hint I gave you earlier. Okay, we will tell you when to use it. Yes. Banza. So I saw your question. You say that the first one is 03. So that is actually an example and illustration. So the very first one is actually the 25th June. Hope you answer your question. You buy me a hamburger. Zebra, you said it. You better send it to me. Zebra, $20 burger. Okay. Daryl, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your thank you. Please tell when is it available on TradingView. Oh, coffee trade. So as of now, I'm not able to give you a concrete answer. Okay, but we will do our very best to actually launch it on TradingView once it's ready. We'll let you know. Oh, Rooney, the magical code is Futures Live. Yeah, I think it's still available. Okay, I'm going to continue the webinar. Everyone, please don't be at your reward hub now. Go back to the YouTube and look at my slide next. I'm going to continue. Where do I input? Okay, Justin, you need to input it under your reward hub. Okay, my colleague is going to send it to you the link again. You are not able to use. Okay, I'm going to continue. Okay, so the very first one, okay, we'll be talking about, okay, is the futures contract, okay, between the expiry. Okay, so we know that, okay, that as I mentioned earlier, okay, the predetermined settlement date, okay, that is referring to the expiry date. Okay, so all futures contract, okay, will expire at 0800 as mentioned earlier on the settlement date. So in this context, okay, we are referring to, the next trading pair. So over here, you can see that when it's going to be settled. Okay, so in the next 101 days, okay, it will be settled. Okay, and then there will be an estimated price. Okay, let me swing over. Okay, there will be estimated settlement price over here. So I'm going to elaborate this later. So when a position has been open, has been closed, okay, at this particular timing, the position will be subject to a 0.05% settlement fee. Okay, and this settlement fee, okay, will be basically your exit fee. Okay, and every traders who have the position at the time will be required to pay this fee. Then the calculation for the P&L is going to be the same. Okay, and as I mentioned earlier, okay, there is a settlement price. So what is the settlement price? Okay, the settlement price is referring to the average spot index price over the last 30 minutes, okay, prior to settlement. So as I mentioned, okay, at 0800 is the settlement. So meaning to say at 0730 to 0800, okay, the system will actually calculate the average spot index price to have a fair value, okay, to actually be displayed to the user. So over here, unfortunately, it's not displayed right now, but it will be shown over here at this area. There will be an estimated settlement price for user to observe. Okay, so let me see, is there any question for anyone? So just a bit more details. Okay, the average spot index price is calculated every second. So this is to ensure that the price capture is as accurate as possible. Okay. Okay, I noticed some of y'all may not have received the bonus, so please give it a while. Okay, it may take some time to actually be registered and reflected on your account. Okay, I'm going to continue. Okay, so of course the next things we'll be talking about the mark price. Okay, so for perpetual mark price, a quick recap. Perpetual mark price, okay, index price, okay, it is calculated using the index price, okay, with the funding rate. So traders who actually have a position, have a perpetual position, okay, at the specific funding time, which occur every day 3 times, okay, they are prone to actually receive or pay a funding. So the funding calculation, I'm not going to explain over here. If you need, okay, you can visit the web page to find out more about how is it calculated. Okay, so basically when you're holding a position over the funding time, you may pay or receive a funding. So for futures mark price, since there is no funding, okay, there is a expiry date, okay, and a predetermined time, and a predetermined price, sorry. So the calculation for the mark price, okay, is actually the index price, okay, with a basis rate. So the mark price, of course, as mentioned, as we know, okay, is a fair value of the current futures price. So it is calculated using the underlying spot index price. In this context, the spot index price is the similar construction or similar calculation used for a perpetual, okay, and with the moving average rate, okay, for the past 10 minutes. So I'm not going to go into details for the construction of the basis rate and everything. So my colleagues has already shared with you an article, detailed article about this basis rate. So if you are interested, okay, please visit this page. So for those complex math calculation, leave it to our very experienced engineer to actually go and formulate it. And for us, we just enjoy the product. All right. So one more key things, okay, for the futures is it is a lot simpler, okay, in terms of the P&L calculation. So it is basically the differences between the entry price and the exit price, and with any trading fee involved. So do remember, okay, whenever you make an entry, there may be a fee or a rebate. Okay, likewise for exit. Okay, when you make an exit, there may be an there may be a fee. Okay, take a fee or make a rebate. So it depends on how you use your order type. Okay, so now we'll be talking about the feature that we have on our Bybit futures. Okay, so we can see over here one-way mode, okay, and hedge mode. Okay, I am going to go over to the trading chart to show you how to use this. So as we can see, okay, this is the inverse futures page. Okay, firstly is the same as usual. Hover across to this setting button over here. Click on this. Okay, under position mode, you will be able to see one-way mode and hedge mode. So there is a very quick description about what is it and how do you use it. So over here, one-way mode, as mentioned, okay, you can only hold a long or a short position. So let me go to one-way mode now. Let me just use an example to show you. So let's say I enter one quantity. Okay, maybe I'm going to enter a bigger quantity. Let's do it 3. Okay, I'm going to enter now. You can see I have this position over here. Okay, so under one-way mode, if I were to do a short now, okay, let's say 2. I closed it. Okay, you can see I do a short now for two quantities. You can see my position has reduced to 1 quantity. So this is referring to the one-way mode. So if you do any more entry, okay, it will merge together. Okay, so now we talk about hedge mode. Firstly, if you want to switch between these two modes, okay, you need to ensure that there's no open position. So make sure that there's no open position. Okay, go to the mode again, click on hedge mode. Click on this. Okay, you can see switch successfully. Close this. Okay, now I'll be entering new position over here. Let's enter 5. Okay, I have 5 now. So what's next is if I do a short over here, let's say 10. Okay, you can see that I have 2 position now. Okay, 5 and 10. So in this context, okay, hedge mode, okay, you can open 2 position. Okay, but one is long, one is short. So what happens, okay, if I enter more long position? Okay, it will simply merge together, okay, and it will just calculate them together and accumulate the quantity. So over here you can see I have 15 quantity, okay, and take note, whenever you add into more position, okay, the liquidation price may change. So if you have any active stop loss, okay, that you have actually predetermined previously, so make sure to look at it again, observe again, okay, and make sure it is still aligned to a trading strategy. So always be aware of that whenever you add or exit. Okay, so if I were to do the short, okay, it's going to be the same. Okay, it's going to be the same. If I do, let's say 10, okay, over here, see, it increased. Okay, it increased over here. So it's the same understanding, same scenario. So is there any question? Yes. Cindy, we can trade both way. Okay, let me see if there's any interesting question. What will happen if we forgot to close the open trade? Okay, Cindy M. So your question was, if we forgot to close the open trade in the futures, what will happen? So as mentioned on the slide, let me go through it again for you. Okay, you can see, okay, when the position reached the expiry date, okay, and also on that date itself, the expiry time, which is 0800 fixed, okay, your position will automatically be closed by the system, okay, and there will be compulsory 0.05% settlement fee. So of course, if you use a market, it will be 0.075%. So this is 0.05%. Okay, I'm new. How do you set stop loss? Okay, let me do a very quick one. How do you set stop loss? Okay, so okay, for simplicity, okay, let me do just one side will do. So over here, when I have an open position, okay, you can actually do it in a closed position as well. Let me close it and do it for your live one. So example, if I were to enter 10 quantity, okay, you can simply enter a take profit over here. Take the correct one. Make sure that if you are long, make sure you take the long. Short, take the short. Okay, long, take profit. Let's say my take profit is 65,000. Okay, my stop loss, make sure that it is definitely have to be below an entry price, which is the current market price now. Let's say 56,000. So short. Do a quick check. Okay, make sure that everything is fine, everything is looking good for you. Okay, the verbal balance, the leverage. Make sure your leverage you chose the correct one. Okay, is reflected over here. Okay, take profit, stop loss is all there. Set. Click on it. So you can see there's a TP and stop loss over here. So if you want to make any adjustment, just go over and change the value. Okay, and you will be able to edit this accordingly. So I hope this answer your question, Cindy M. Okay, okay, let me see the next question. Why must same direction position be merged? Okay. So currently for now for Bybit, one single directional position will be merged. But of course, if you reach a certain demand, okay, from our user that you like to have, dual position, okay, dual long position, do feedback to us, okay, on our customer support. Let us know, okay, and we will record it down. Okay, and we will of course bring it up to discuss to the management. Okay, if let's say it is suitable, it is possible, we of course will rule it out for you all. Could you make cover? Could you add hedge mode? Okay, Luis Rivas. I don't really understand what do you mean by can you make coverage with this contract. Do let me know. Maybe explain in another manner. Let me know. Can you add hedge mode? Stefan076. Can you add hedge mode? Okay, currently it's not available. It's not available yet. Okay, but we will see what's the response like. If it's, everyone is enjoying it and it's very positive, of course we'll rule it as well. Pavel T. So the maximum leverage, right, for our inverse futures, okay, it is for BTC USD, okay, it's only 100 times. Okay, it's at 100 times. So always be aware that 100 times is high risk, high leverage. Okay, so when you're using it, please use it with precaution. Okay, I think that is about all of the question I have. Okay, Alexander, I saw that unfortunately you lost some of your trade. If you have any concern, please approach our customer support, and we'll do our best to help you out with your concern. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to continue. Any more questions, please let me know. How can I set, okay, let me see. How can I set sell order in lower price than the actual price is? When I'm in long, how can I set sell order in lower price than the actual price is? Are you referring that you are in a long position, set sell order in lower price? Are you referring to a stop loss? Michael, do let me know once again. Hope there is a set. Magnificent. Currently, we do not have any D5 asset yet. But if you all are, do share with us some of your comment. Okay, if we think, once again, we think it's going to be very useful or there's a high demand, okay, we will definitely try to roll it out. Okay, Pavel, for your futures, okay, the base margin, right, okay, is your BTC. So you'll be using BTC. It's the same understanding as your BTC USD inverse perpetual. But this time round, it's just BTC USD inverse future. Hope this answer your question. Are we able to roll over in the next 2 keywords? No, days. We do not have the rollover function. So when the position has reached the expiry date, it will automatically be closed. And if you would like to hold on to the next quarterly contract, you will be required to manually do it yourself. So you need to be aware of the date and time when it expires, okay? And you need to do it manually for now. Okay? Okay, I'm going to continue. Moving on. Okay, so I'm going to use an example over here. Okay, so you can see right now, okay, we only have our single quarterly contract. Okay, we don't have 2 contracts yet. But when the next one will be launched, okay, you will be able to do such a thing. Example, for my June contract, okay, I can open one-way mode, okay, but for my September contract, I can do hedge mode. So in this context, traders will be able to trade both quarterly contract individually. Okay, you can actually strategize it, okay, into a trading strategy, okay, and do something amazing. Okay, let me see. Is there any other question here by more pairs? Please answer. Okay, Puri Jankari, sorry. So as of now, this is all the pair, but we do have some new pairs coming up next. So stay tuned using our social media to know the latest update. Okay, to be more specific, that's for USDT. Okay. Okay, let me continue. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to talk about, okay, is the shed feature between perpetual and also the futures contract. Okay, so it's a shed margin, so means to say that for our BTC USD perpetual inverse and also the futures, they are using one common wallet balance. So we do not have it split into 2, okay, but instead we only have 1. So what is the concern over here? So if let's say, okay, let me swing over here. Let me close my position. Okay, so if let's say I am on cross margin mode, okay, for my futures contract, okay, let's say I were to enter, let's say 1,000. Let me enter. Okay, see, okay, you can see my liquidation price is 37,229. If right now I were to swing over to our perpetual, okay, you can see I'm currently in BTC USD. Okay, if I were to enter now, let's say enter 1,000, and this time round is in isolated mode. I do it isolated. Okay, let me maybe use a lower leverage. Okay, let me enter. Okay, not enough margin. Sorry, guys. Let me enter. Okay, so you can see I enter a new position, right? But take note, when I enter a new position, okay, it require BTC margin. So means to say my available margin, my available balance will decrease. So if it decrease, okay, remember my futures, I'm using cross margin. So as you are aware, cross margin utilize the entire wallet balance. So you can see my liquidation price have a changes. So previously it was around 37,000. Okay, you can see right now since I enter a new position in my perpetual, okay, this value increase. So when you are trading with these two contract, please take note of this. Okay, make sure that you are aware, okay, of your alternative position, and when making changes, make sure you reflect, take a look back at it. If there are any stop loss, do adjust accordingly. Okay. Puri Jankari, as mentioned, Bybit will have our new pairs for USDT will be launching out soon. Once it's ready, so stay tuned using our social media, and we'll update you all soon. Team Malay. So the futures contract, okay, will be launched on the mobile app very soon as well. Okay, once it's ready, we will be launched out soon. So right now we are trying to ensure that everything goes smoothly, everything is working fine. Okay, once it's done, final touch up, we'll launch it out. Okay, let me continue move on. So previously we were talking about the shared margin. So take note, only one common wallet balance. Okay, the next one will be about our insurance fund. So remember that for our margin trading, okay, we have the insurance fund, okay, and in it we have the BTC that's prepared. If there's any liquidation loss, okay, it will be taken from there to cover the losses. So likewise for futures, okay, there will be liquidation as well. So if the liquidation happens, okay, and it exceeds the worse than the bankruptcy price, okay, of course, okay, it will take the fund out from your insurance fund. So this insurance fund is shared between the BTC USD inverse perpetual, okay, with the inverse futures. So, but glad to share with you all that currently for our inverse futures insurance fund, okay, we still have around 3,700 BTC. So please rest assured that there won't be any auto deleveraging that's going to happen soon. Okay, see, is there any other question? Okay, alert price about the alert price. So this update. Okay, Sina M, do let us know what experience. Reach out to our customer support and do share with us more details about it. So we'll do our best to capture them, document down what happened, and we will feed back to the relevant team, and we'll make adjustment accordingly. Okay, so how can I make order that will automatically decrease? So let me see. I want to decrease when you drop in USDT perpetual. How can I make order that will automatically decrease my position size on a certain level? Okay. Mike, so what you can do is you can set conditional market, okay, or you can use our partial stop loss. Okay, so let me quickly go through for USDT. Okay, I'm going to deviate a bit, okay, to USDT. Okay, you all can see this is the USDT page. Okay, over here at the setting button, okay, there is this TP stop loss preference. Okay, you all can see. So you can make use of this. Okay, so very quick introduction. Okay, the TP stop loss over here is the entire. So means to say, once it has been triggered, it will close the entire position. Okay, but for the other one, okay, this is actually known as the partial TP stop loss. So for your trading method, okay, you can actually make use of this to set partial stop loss to close a portion of your position, okay, when you reach a certain lower level. So you can use that to reduce your position size accordingly based on your trading strategy. Okay, hope that answered your question. Okay. Let's see, can we have? Okay, for Bill, can we have both perpetual and futures? Okay, yes, you can have both at the same time. But please take note, if you are using cross margin, they will be using the same wallet balance. So you might want to be aware of the changes in liquidation price. Okay, but if you are using isolated, okay, that isolated position is fine. Okay, magnificent. for your question was how much is the fee for holding more than a day. So for futures trading, okay, there is no fee, to hold on to a position. Okay, the only fee involved is only your entry fee, your trading fee, and also your exit fee. Okay, but if you are referring to the perpetual, okay, it will be based on the funding rate incurred 3 times a day. So this percentage, it will depends on the market sentiment, how far the LTP price, the last traded price move, okay, and there will be a funding rate reflected accordingly. So you can refer to the funding history to find out more for the percentage. Okay, Scrager, so you have a question. Will spot trading be available on Bybit? As of now, we are still, receiving some feedback. We are still gathering feedback and responses from all of you. So if we, as mentioned earlier, same thing. If you're, are very enthused about this spot trading and would really like to have it, feedback to us as well in our social media, okay, in Twitter, in Instagram, in Facebook, okay, everywhere. Or even come to our customer support and let us know about this thing, and we'll capture it. Okay, and we receive a certain demand level, and we will try to push it out if it's possible. Okay, let me see. Is there any other one last question before I move on? Do I have to pay settlement fee? Do I have to pay settlement fee? Okay, Bill, your question is: do you have to pay settlement fee if you closed it before expiry date? So you do not need to. Firstly, the settlement fee only occur when the position has been left until the position expire. Then it will incur a 0.05%. So if you were to close manually yourself, okay, that will depend on how you closed it. Okay, if you use a market order, okay, you will incur a taker fee. If you use a limit order and it has been placed into the order book correctly, okay, then it triggered later, okay, then you will receive a maker rebate. So if you have any question for how do you actually place your limit order properly, feel free to reach out to our customer support, and they are more than happy to share with you. Okay. Powell. So currently, as of now, for futures, we only have BTC USD. Okay, so everything is all good, and the feedback and everything is all positive. Okay, we will do our best to launch for other coin as well. Okay. So giveaways. Okay, so let me go back to the slide right now. I'm going to continue. So a very quick summary, okay, as mentioned earlier. So we have shared margin, so common wallet, okay, for your BTC USD inverse perpetual and your inverse futures, okay, and also shared insurance fund, okay. So current insurance fund is around 3,700, okay. So you'll be shared between the perpetual inverse and perpetual futures. Okay, so let me go to the example. Okay, over here, okay, it's an explanation to how do you actually use futures contract. Okay, so over here, Miner Sam, okay, is expecting to receive 2 BTC in the next 3 months. So the futures price right now is at 65,000, okay, and he would like to ensure that the BTC value will remain at 65,000, okay, when he receives these 2 BTC. So because we all understand that BTC, the fluctuation is there, okay, the volatility is there. So it may be that then in the next 3 months, BTC can decrease to a significant level that might not be as appealing to this price value. So what can Miner Sam do? So over here, what he does is he needs to short 2 BTC worth of futures contract. Okay, so of course he needs to have additional 2 BTC. Okay, and this amount, okay, will be 65,000 quantity for 1 BTC. So, and the price is he's making an entry, okay, is 65,000 as mentioned over here at the top over here. So 3 months later, okay, the futures contract expire, okay, and the settlement price is 50,000. So you can see that 3 months later, the BTC price indeed decreases. So, okay, we can see the profit over here, the simple profit calculation for this future trade. So 130,000 quantity is because 65,000 is for 1 BTC. Since he entered 2 BTC, he needs times 2. Okay, times 2. Then a simple calculation, simple P&L calculation, which is taking your entry minus away your exit, okay, and you have this value of 0.6. Okay, so a comparison of what happened, okay, if he did not enter this short future, okay, and compared with he entered the short future. So we can see, Okay, 50,000 times 2 BTC, that will be around 100,000 value. Okay, this is without hedging. But since he hedged, okay, 50,000 times 2.6. Take note, the 0.6 is coming from the profit, okay, from your short trade. So this is 0.6. If you times it together, you'll earn approximately 130,000. But of course, this is a scenario, okay, where he shorted and he anticipated correctly that the price is going to decrease, okay, and he managed to maintain the value. So likewise, if it goes the opposite way, okay, the calculation will be the opposite side, but eventually he will still receive 130,000. Okay. Okay, Mike, it will be happening very soon for the second giveaway. Okay, so I'm going to continue to the second example. So trading with profit. So now minor Sam thinks that trading is better, more, he can earn more, so now he became a trader. Okay, so he would like to increase his BTC value, okay, and the futures price right now is at 50,000. Okay, so what Sam does next is he long the 2 BTC worth of futures contract, okay, in this time round is 100,000, okay, at the price of 50,000. So take note over here, okay, 3 months later the futures contract expire, okay, and the settlement price is 65,000. So as mentioned earlier, a simplified P&L calculation, there's no funding involved, so it's very simple. So basically take the quantity, okay, times the entry, okay, and times the exit, okay, minus the entry. Remember, this is the inverse, so the calculation will be opposite. So if you're not familiar with the calculation, feel free to reach out to our CS, okay, to find out more. So you can see this is the value he will receive, okay. He will profit from this futures trade, okay. You can see that if he did not purchase anything, if he did not long this, he will only earn around 130,000. But if he did this trade, okay, 160,000. But of course, this is an ideal scenario of a very profitable trade. So likewise, if the trade was to go the opposite way, okay, please manage your position properly. Okay, have proper stop loss set. Make sure that you already have calculated your loss and this does not impact your entire account. Okay, so right now, okay, I'm going to talk about the second giveaway. Okay, this is the final giveaway for this session. Okay, and remember about the magical code, and I believe some of you have actually know. Okay, and I see some of you have actually started to use it. Okay, the code will be starting with BTC USD and the 4 magical digit. Okay, and this 4 magical digit, okay, you will be able to get it over here, our current quarterly contract trading pair. So it is, and this, take note that this bonus is only available to the first 100 user who manage to key in. So please quickly go over to your reward hub and key in the bonus now. Okay, I'll give you some time, okay, to let y'all key in, and I'm going to answer some quick question if there's any. Let me take a look. Is there any question? Okay, I think all is fine. Okay, Fanti, the giveaway has already started. So the first one has already been given out. The second one, okay, as mentioned, the code, okay, is the current futures trading pair right now that is available to trade. Okay, is there unknown there? Okay, it was. Okay. Okay, guys. I understand that some of y'all might not be able to receive it. Okay, but it's okay. Okay, so if y'all enjoy this kind of session, okay, do let us know. Okay, subscribe, like, and comment in our social media. Let us know about this. Okay, and in future we'll organize more about it. And also, what kind of content do you want to find out? Let us know, and there might be, and who knows, there might be more giveaway. Okay. Okay, and next I'm going to go to my final case study. So over here you can see that this example is talking about securing the profit, okay, between futures and spot contract. So of course right now Bybit does not have a spot contract, but this is for you all to have a better understanding of how do some traders actually use futures to perform hedge. So firstly, Ash, in this example, okay, would like to profit from the price difference, okay, between the current futures, okay, which is in this example 60,000, okay, which expires in 2 months time. Okay, and the current spot price, okay, is at 50,000. Because there is a difference of 10,000. So how do we actually secure these differences? Okay, and what he does is actually he short the futures price, okay, of 2 BTC worth, same example, okay, at 60,000 entry price, and this will expire in 2 months time. And he long the current spot price, okay, same thing, 2 BTC. Make sure that the quantity must be equivalent, okay, worth at 50,000. So 2 months later, okay, the spot price, okay, spot trading price has increased to 55,000. So what happened next? You can see this is the outcome. Okay, the futures P&L, okay, is calculated as per observe. Okay, the quantity over here, the quantity. Okay, you do a simple max calculation. Okay, and you will receive this amount. For the spot P&L, okay, same thing. Okay, the quantity over here. Okay, you times do the max calculation, 1 divided by 50,000 minus 1 divided by 55,000, and you will receive this value as well. Okay, over here you can see that the total profit, okay, you will earn, you need to just sum them up together. Okay, and this is the BTC value that you are able to secure, and when we convert this amount over, okay, it's actually 10,000. Okay, so this is a very simple explanation or illustration of how users actually use futures contract, okay, to perform a hedge, okay, using futures and also the spot. Okay, so this is for maybe for beginners, okay, where you would like to perform a hedge, okay, and you can make use of this understanding. If you all would like to find out more about this or will need further explanation, okay, do reach out to our sales as well, okay, and we are more than happy to share with you all and explain to you all again. Okay, so last but not least, of course, okay, question time. So any Q&A, please share it right now, okay, and let us know. And if there is anything that we can answer you, okay, we will let you all know. Okay, let me see if there's any question. Okay, I managed to gather some question, okay, over at our social media. Okay, let me take a look at my social media question. Okay, so will there be more different futures contract be released? Example, bi-weekly contract. So as of now, we only have quarterly contract, but as mentioned, okay, if you are interested in all this, do let us know. Okay, we'll capture the feedback and we will do our best to roll it out, okay, to suit your demand. Okay, and what are some trading methods that might be affected by futures contract? Okay, so this question, okay, is talking about how user can actually benefit from futures, okay, or some current user that is using inverse perpetual. What's the differences? So I understand that some traders in our inverse perpetual are trading the funding. So you will enter a position, okay, at a specific second, okay, before it, okay, and earn from the funding. So take note that unfortunately right now, since futures there is no funding, so for traders who actually strategize on using the funding strategy, you might not be able to benefit from the futures. Okay, and also at the same time, since futures allows you to hold a position over an extended duration, okay, it could be ideal for user who is trading in the long terms. Example, swing traders who is holding on to 1 to 3 months kind of position. Okay, you can enter this. Okay, of course you need to consider properly what's the price now. Is it something you think that is favorable to your trading strategy? Okay, and you can hold on to the position until the expiry time. So of course, holding on to this, there is no funding, there you do not need to pay any funding. So one less fee they need to be concerned for. Okay, but of course, if you are a scalper or you are a day trader, okay, who gets in and out very quickly, okay, then to be honest, you should be familiar with the futures or how it works, okay, to avoid the 8 hour, which is in the inverse perpetual. You can still continue to use it as per usual. It doesn't really impact you much, as long as you are able to know when is it. Okay, altcoin in futures. Okay, BNF Corin. We'll do our best, okay? We'll do our best for this, for the altcoin in futures contract. Okay, do let us know some of the very interesting coins that you would like us to launch. And we'll of course think of it. Okay. Guys, I saw there's quite a bit of UID being spammed on the chat chat box. I'm not sure why, but we are not actually recording them or not using them. So there's no point for you to spam. Okay, does the bonus deal start when we open a position? Okay, Rafa, so when you open the position, okay, of course your bonus depending on how much bonus you have. So if you have, let's say, $50 worth of trading bonus, if you open a small position, let's say it only cost you only 5, of course you will still have a remaining bonus for it. Okay, then you have remaining, which is 45 trading bonus. But do take note, okay, once you earn a profit, okay, from a trade, okay, that profit can actually be withdrawn. Okay, and when you withdraw it, take note that the trading bonus, okay, will all be expire. They will be cancelled from your account. So make sure that you use it up first before you initiate the withdrawal. Yeah, guys. I'm not sure why you are spending the UID. I'm not sure why you are spending UID. I'm still able to see. I'm still able to see the chat, guys. Okay, we are at the very end of this webinar. Okay, so once again, thank you everyone for staying till now. Okay, to better understand about our futures. Okay, does it work? How to use it? Okay, and importantly, the differences between the perpetual, inverse. Okay, and also of course for our futures. So, and also congratulate to all those where you have already earned your bonus, and maybe the next time, for those who did not manage to earn the bonus, okay, stay tuned for our next webinar. If it's good, do let us know. Okay, we will try to organize one more in the next session. Do you have plans? Let me see some of the questions. Do you have plan using which you can convert one crypto to another? That would be referring to our asset exchange. You can use our asset exchange, okay, to convert your crypto to another crypto. Okay, thank you, CT. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Maiden, I saw that you might have some concern over your trade. Please reach out to us. We'll do our best to help you with whatever issue that you have. Do let us know. We'll do our best. What do you think is the correct leverage and percentage of the deposit when trading on futures to reduce the risk of closing? Truly IP monitoring. Unfortunately, it depends on your trading strategy. How are you trading, or how big is your position? Okay, but a rule of thumb is always think of your liquidation price, okay, when you enter the position. Okay, and always set a stop loss. Okay, stop loss is like one of the best risk management tool that is available for you to limit your risk, okay, or more importantly, to understand how much you are losing, okay, to better strategize, okay, for your trading. So always try to use a stop loss. Okay, Timberlake, so can you use unrealized profit in quarterly futures to open new position? Okay, unfortunately, you are not able to. Okay, unrealized profit, you are not able to open new position. Okay, you are not able to. Yeah, okay, we are at the very end now. So once again, thank you everyone for joining this webinar. You can see, is there any other question? Okay, okay. Okay, I saw someone asking about, is there more futures contract pair going to be released? Example, ETH/USD. So we have no news yet. Okay, no news yet. So if you all have any interesting coin, do let us know. Okay, we'll do our best, okay, to collect them and feedback accordingly. And if there is demand, okay, we will do our best to roll it out. Okay, guys. Okay, lastly, okay, at the very last slide right now, okay, once again, thank you to join us. Okay, please subscribe to all our social media. Okay, like us. Okay, give us some comment. If you all enjoy this kind of webinar, do let us know. And importantly, let us know about some of the topic that you would like us to share. Example, we can share about liquidation. Okay, what is liquidation? How do we actually avoid them? How do we actually better strategize your position, okay, to avoid liquidation? So these are, and also about maybe about margin trading. What is margin trading? How do we use leverage? 100 times explanation for leverage. So all these things, some of y'all might not be very familiar. Okay, so if y'all have this kind of concern, do let us know in our social media. Okay, we'll capture it. Okay, and we will try to roll out this kind of webinar in the near future. Okay, if not, thank you so much. Okay, Bybit signing off.